ויבדחו בחיידי שמך, כי לא עזבת דרשך אדוני. אדוני חפץ למען צדקו, יגדיל תורה ויאדיר. יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה. ויעמד דברה חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון וימיכון, וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בגלה בזמן קריב יאמרו אמן.
יהי שמיה במבורך לעולם עולמי.
יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעלמין כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בימה.
I say the Hotzat HaTorah, page 566.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, b'davar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, L'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Gadlu l'Adonai itiun eremem shmehu yakdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Kicho bashamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlecha v'hatmit naseh lechol l'rosh. Ramimu, Ramimu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'hishtachavu, v'hishtachavu lahadam raglav kadoshu. Ramimu, Ramimu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'hishtachavu, v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. V'atem hadechim b'Adonai Elohechem, hayim kulchem hayom.
May be seated. And we're going on to Parshat Korach. Things are really heating up. We will read about Korach, who is challenging Moshe for his leadership. Very exciting and truthful story in terms of the narrative. Let's see, first Aliyah, could we have Eliza, would you read for us the first Aliyah, chapter 16, verse 1. Jeffrey, what page on the Chumash?
In Eitz Chaim, or it's Numbers chapter 16, Eitz Chaim, it's page 860, and in the Hertz Chumash, it's page 639.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kehat ben Levi v'Datan v'Aviram ben Eliav v'On ben Pelet b'nei Reuven v'Yakumu lifnei Moshe v'Anashim מבני ישראל 50 ו200 נשיאי עדה. I'm sorry. קראי מועד אנשי שם ויקהלו על משה ועל אהרון ויאמרו עליהם רב לכם כי כה הייתה כולם קדושים ובתוכם אדוני ומדוע תתנשאו על קהל אדוני.
Thank you, Eliza. The text is really explicit in the sense that it doesn't simply side with Moshe. It relays to us the words of Korach and the question, the assault on Moshe's position is not unreasonable. Jeffrey, would you read for us the translation on first Aliyah, please?
Now Korach, son of Itzhar, son of Kohat, son of Levi, betook himself along with Datan and Aviram, sons of Eliav, and Un, son of Pelet, descendants of Ruvain, to rise up against Moses, together with 250 Israelites, chieftains of the community, chosen in the assembly, men of repute. They combined against Moses and Aaron and said to them, "You have gone too far, for all the community are holy, all of them, and the Lord is in their midst. Why then do you raise yourself above the Lord's congregation?"
Thank you, Jeffrey. Stephen, would you give me your father's Hebrew name and his parents, please?
David was my father, David. His father was Samuel or Sam and went by Shmuel. His Hebrew name was Shmuel.
And his mother, if you remember.
His mother's name was Bessie, but I don't know her Hebrew name.
That is her Hebrew name. Bessa is a good Hebrew name.
Okay.
All right. Here we consecrate your father's memory and make it precious as it is indeed. המלא רחמים, שוכן במרומים, המציא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות, קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, את נשמת דוד בן שמואל ובסי, שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן תהא מנוחתו. אנא ברחמים, אסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, בצור חיים את נשמתו. אדוני הוא נחלתו. אנוח בשלום משכבו ונאמר Amen. Stephen, just a word of comfort for what it's worth. Jewish tradition insists that life is eternal, and your dad's presence, however you experience it, is very real, and it should be a measure of great comfort. Thank you to come for us tonight. We continue with the second Aliyah. I'm going to ask Sandy to read for us the second Aliyah, please. Chapter 16, verse 4, I believe. Verses 4, 5, 6, 7.
Muted.
I'm sorry, I keep.
There you go.
You're good.
Thank you. Vayishma Moshe vayipol al panav vayedaber el korach vel kol adato lemor boker vayoda Adonai et asher lo et hakadosh v'hikriva elav ve'et asher yivchar bo yakriv elav zot asu k'chu lachem machtot korach v'chol adato utenu vahen esh v'simu alehen ketoret lifnei Adonai machar v'haya haish asher yivchar Adonai hu hakadosh Rav lachem b'nei Levi
Beautiful. Sandy, just to point out a little, if you look at the word vahen ish, see there's a line up and down. This is not a legarme. Legarme would be a thicker line. This is just to have a separation between vahen and ish. And the same is also alehen ketoret. Lovely reading. Jeffrey, please tell us what the text says.
When Moses heard this, he fell on his face. Then he spoke to Korach and all his company, saying, "Come morning, the Lord will make known who is God's and who is holy, and will grant him access. God will grant access to the one God has chosen. Do this, you, Korach, and all your band. Take fire pans, and tomorrow put fire in them and lay incense upon them before the Lord. Then the man whom the Lord chooses, he shall be the Holy One. You have gone too far, sons of Levi."
Just to point out that the rabbis, as they read this passage, point that Moshe falling on his face is a sign of weakness, and thus the challenges by Korach are actually appropriate. Michael, if you'd like, we can make the memorial prayer tonight by the Torah, because tomorrow we don't read Torah. We can do one tomorrow too, whatever you like. You're muted, Michael.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Whatever you want to do, Moshe.
No, the tradition is that we recite Yortzeit name by the Sefer Torah. So if you have Yortzeit tomorrow and you come to Minhah tonight, then we make the Askara, the memorial. Otherwise, the memorial is said without a Sefer Torah on hand.
Well, I didn't ask my mother, but I think she'd like it either way. So go ahead and do it tonight if you want.
Okay. Tell us your father's Hebrew name, please.
My father's Hebrew name? Yeah. You want my father? This is my mother's Yortzeit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I got it wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah. Chaya about Fegi Pesach.
Chaya about Pesach. המלאכים שוכן במרומים, אמצעי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, את נשמת פגי בת פסח וחיה, שהלכה לעולמה בגן עדן תהי מנוחתה. אנו ברחמים הסתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצור לצרוח חיים את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוע בשלום המשכבה ונאמר.
Amen.
Michael, would you share with us just a brief memory lesson for Mom?
Okay, I've said this many times before, but
Nobody remembers.
This is probably true with other families also. In my family, my father was the coach and my mother was the fan. And she was 100% fan. And in retrospect, I often thought I could do things that I had no right to think I was able to do, but because she was such a great fan, I went ahead and did them anyway.
And she was right most of the time, or?
Yeah, she was right, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's a beautiful thing, Michael. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ruth Ann, would you please do for us the last reading, Shlishi? That begins on
Verse 8.
Verse 8, indeed. Chapter 16, verse 8. Please, Secretary.
Vayomer Moshe el Korach Shimona b'nei Levi Hama'at mikem ki hivdil Elohei Yisrael echem me'adat Yisrael la'akriv etchem elav la'avod et avodat Mishkan Adonai v'la'amod lifnei ha'edah l'shartam v'yakrev otecha v'et ko'achecha b'nei Levi itach uvkashtem gam kehuna לכן אתה בכל דעתך הנועדים על אדוני, ואהרון מהו כי תלינו עליו. וישלח משה לקרוא לדתן ולאבירם בני אליאב, ויאמרו לו נעלה המעט כי העליתנו מארץ זבת חלב ודבש להמיתנו במדבר, כי תסתרר עלינו גם הסתרר.
Just by way of observation, the challenges that Korach confronts Moshe are really reasonable. But what the text does so beautifully, without taking sides, it's telling us that although the accusations were correct, the motivations of Korach are not seen by us. We don't know what to say. And it is the text that informs us that the purpose of Korach was not idealistic or democratic or anything else, that there is another inherent reason why Moshe and Aharon are in fact chosen, as it were, and part of the leadership of the people Israel. Jeffrey, did you read the translation yet? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we'll hear the English translation, please.
Moses said further to Korach, "Hear me, sons of Levi. Is it not enough for you that the God of Israel has set you apart from the community of Israel and given you access to God to perform the duties of the Lord's tabernacle and to minister to the community and serve them? Now that God has advanced you and all your fellow Levites with you, do you also seek the priesthood? Truly, it is against the Lord that you and all your company have banded together. For who is Aaron that you should rail against him?" Moses sent for Datan and Abiram, sons of Eliav, but they said, "We will not come. It is not enough that you have brought us, is it not enough that you have brought us from a land flowing with milk and honey to have us die in the wilderness, that you would also lord it over us?"
Yes, the sense of irony is perfect. Is it not enough that you took us from a land of milk and honey, right? Egypt was a land of milk and honey as they go into the desert. Irony galore.
Sandy, short side.
I'm sorry,
The Askara for Avram Pinchas Chaim
please. His Hebrew name, Barakasha.
is Avram Pinchas Chaim
Then,
ben Her Sharon Halevi the Rachalea.
כמלא רחמים שוכין במרומים, אמצי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת, one more time,
Avraham Pinchas Chaim,
אברהם פנחס חיים בן
Her Sharon Halevi,
הרש אהרון הלוי
Rachel Leah.
ורחליה שהלך לעולמו, בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו. אנא ברחמים, הסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו, אדוני הוא נחלתו, וינוע בשלום המשכבו ונאמר Amen. And Sandy, would you share with us a memory about this wonderful man?
Well, he is my godson. He is indeed. He was so funny and smart and caring. And even as he was waging his battle against cancer, he stopped to worry about me, that my inflammatory illness was just raging out of control. And he said to me, "I'm going to ask my doctor if he can't help you." And I was stunned. I mean, it was because I have my own battery of doctors and whatever. But he always had other people in his horizon, and he always cared for everyone. He was just a lovely.
How old was he, Sandy?
He was 30. Way too young.
All right, and he left a pregnant wife?
No, they had their baby.
Right.
And he left his, I guess, 7-month-old child and his wife, who, Corinne sent out invitations to come for cottage services for Adam's memorial. She wrote to us all that it's been really hard to be together during all of this that's going on, and she understood that lots of family wouldn't be able to come in. And her shul is Bethel, which is not up to full services yet. She said, but Adam's always an optimist and look for the silver lining kind of guy. And I'm sure he'd be delighted if those of you who can come to our home will come. And she's right. We'll be together. We'll remember. We'll talk. So. I know it wasn't something I said. Where is Moshe?
Moshe, you're muted.
Moshe muted himself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Oh, and maybe that I muted you instead of me. I apologize.
That's okay. We'll talk about that later. Sandy, please share with the family that we've gotten to know and been inspired by this wonderful man and his courage and his generosity. And we share in the loss and rejoice in his life.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other matter of Sefer Torah and Bracha? All right, Sandy, we continue on page 570. Eitz Chaim.
Ruth Ann is doing Minhah.
Oh, pardon me. See, it's really samished. Ruth Ann, please. Eitz Chaim hi lamachzikin ba, page 570.
Eitz Chaim hi lamachzikin ba. V'tomchecha meushar derachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kedem.
Chatzi Kaddish, reprise, page 572, please.
Yitkadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yama divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechanu v'yamechem v'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala Hibizman Karibi Meru.
Amen. Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Leolam Maya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbar, Yitramam, Yitnase, Yithadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shemeda Kudusha. Ehela Min Koberchata Beshirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yamha v'yimeru. Amen.
We recite the Amidah silently, pages 574 to 584, I would imagine. Yes, silently, and then we'll have a full repetition. We speak to God silently.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Vanera El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chastei Havot U'Mevi Goel Lifnei V'neihem Leman Shema B'Ahava Melech Ezer V'Keder Moshe Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham V'Ked Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayim Metim HaTorah V'Hoshia Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed Mechayim Metim B'Rachamim Rabim Samech Noflim B'Rufei Cholim U'Matir Asurim Mekayem Emanateli Shenei Apar Michamelcha Baal Gevurah Tumida Melach Melech Memid Mechayehu Matzmeach Yeshua V'ne'emana Tola HaChayek Metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaMetim.
Rise, Kedusha 576. Kadesh Shemcha Ba'olam, Geshem Shema Yisrael B'Shmei Marom, HaKatul Le'Neviyecha V'Kazel Tzevei Amar.
Mekadesh et Shemcha Ba'olam, Keshem Shemakdishim Ota B'Shmei Marom, Kakatuv Hayad Neviyecha V'Kara Zehel Zevi
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech Haaretz, Kevodo, Le'umatam, Baruch Yimeru.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech Haaretz, Kevodo, Le'umatam, Baruch Yameru.
Baruch Kevod Adonai, Mimkomo, V'dorei Kodshecha, Katuv Le'emor.
Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo, V'divrei Kodshecha Katuv Le'emor.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam, L'chayach Tzion, L'dov V'ador, Hallelujah.
Yimloch Adonai Le'olam, Elohai Tzion L'Rabadur, Hallelujah. L'dor Badur, Nagid Godlecha, L'netzach Nitzachim. Kirushak Techa Nagdish, B'shivacha Eloheinu, Mipinu Lo Yamush Le'olam Va'ed. Ki El Melech Gadol V'Kadosh Ata, Baruch atah Adonai,
Oh,
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen. Please be seated.
Atah echad Shimcha echad u'mike'amcha Yisrael u'mike'amcha ke'amcha Yisrael goy echad ba'aretz Tiferet Gedula Bateret Yeshua Yamenucha Huktu Shaliam Chanatata Yamenucha Huktu Shaliam Chanatata Avraham Yaakov Yitzchak Yiranen Yaakov Uvanav Yanuchuvel Yaakov Uvanav Yanuchuvel Menuchat Ahava Hunadava Menuchat Emet Bemhunaha Menuchat Shalom Vishalva Bashkehed Babetach Menuchat Shlema Shatabrotebah Yakira Vanacha Vyeduki made Chahi Menuchatam Vya Menuchatam Yaktishu et Shemecha Eloheinu Velohei Avotenu V'Tevi Menuchatenu Kad Shenu B'Mitzvotecha V'Ten Chelkenu B'Toratecha Sabenu Mituvecha V'Samachenu B'Shuatecha V'Taheli Benu Li'Abdecha B'Emet V'Hanachilenu Adonai Eloheinu B'Yavahu V'Ratzon Shabbat Kodshecha V'Yanuchu V'Yisrael Mekadshe Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai
Shemo.
Yekadesh HaShabbat
Amen.
V'Tzei Adonai Eloheinu B'Amcha Yisrael V'Tfilataham V'Shevet Havada Lidbir Beitecha U'Tfilatam B'Hava Tigabel B'Ratzon U'Tehil Ratzon Tamid Avodat Yisrael Amecha V'Techezena Einenu B'Shivacha L'Tzion B'Rachamim Baruch atah Adonai
Shemo.
Amachazir Shchinato L'Tzion
Amen.
Dihi Manachnu Lach
Teinu. That was I said in the Shiva. So will you tell us?
Atov Kilo Chaliracha Mecha V'Hamarachim Kilo Tamu Chasadecha Me'olam Kibinu Lach V'al Kulam Yitbarak V'Yitramam Shimcha Malkeinu Tamil Le'olam V'Hed V'chol HaChayim Yoducha Sela V'Halalu Et Shimcha B'Emet V'El Yeshuatenu V'Ezratenu Sela Baruch atah Adonai Atov Shimcha Uchano Elohodot
Amen.
Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amcha V'Yal Kol Yeshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam Ki Atah Melech Adon L'Chol HaShalom V'Tov B'Einecha Levarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'Chol Eit U'V'Chol Shar B'Shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai
Shemo.
Hamavarech Et Amo Yisrael Shalom.
Amen. We turn to page 596. 596.
Yikada v'yikada shemei rabach.
Amen.
Yamad divrach yiritev yamlich malchute b'chayechon v'yamechon v'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael bagalav yisman kariv imaru.
Amen. Yeshmei Abba Mevorach Leolam Leomel Maya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitala v'yitala shemei kudashah.
Echo.
Elam Minko Birchata V'Shirata Tushbachata V'Nechamata Damiran B'Yama V'Yimeru
Amen.
Kikabal Tzadodhan Uvadahon Decha Yisrael Kadama V'Hon V'Shmaya V'Yimeru
Amen.
Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimeru
Amen.
Yoseh Shalom B'Mrama V'Yatse Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimeru Amen
598. Aleinu.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol L'Tekidula L'Yetzer Bereshit Shelo Atzanu K'Goyei HaRatzot V'Lo Samanu K'Mishpachot Hadama שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים, ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
שמיים וסדת זרש. כן וזולתו, ככתוב וזולתו.
כי המלכות שלך היא ולמי תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Before we recite Mourner's Kaddish at the end of the service, I'd like to do a Mishaberach for a couple that was very severely injured, and they're in intensive care. And so different when there are people that you know. It really strikes one very deeply. Mishabachotenu b'mitzvah Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah v'kat Leah v'varech v'yirapeh et hacholim et hazug Shaya ben Jean v'Charlotte v'Elka bat Hershel v'Kayla Kadosh Baruch Hu yimolachim v'lehem la'asikam u'la'achotam v'yishlach lahem me'ira r'fuah shlema lechol ivarim v'gedehem רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף בתוך שאר חולי ישראל, ושבת היא מלזעוק, ורפואה קרובה לבוא השתה בעגלה בזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. We recall with love those whose yahrzeit is today, Shabbat, the 25th of Sivan, June 5th, 2021. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials at Chizuk Amuno, and they are inscribed on our hearts and our souls. Joseph B. Blumberg, Reba Kronthal, Herman Lund, Mildred Perman, Anna L. Resnick, Solomon Sachs, Tracy Sugar. Jeffrey, did I miss anyone? Thank you. Yahrzeit and Mourner's Kaddish, page 600. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'amad yivrach yehutei ve'yamlich machutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechov Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imo amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דאמירם בעלמה ועמו אמן יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו אמן עשה שלום עממה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו אמן. We turn to page 200 for the Arvit. And Sandy, please be kind enough to lead us. Page 200, we rise, Arvit Leimot Chol.
V'hurachim yechaper abam v'lo yashchit, v'hirba lahashiva po v'lo ya'ir kol chamato, Adonai Hoshia, HaMelech Ya'anenu b'yom kareinu, Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Va'ed.
May be seated.
חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריך הרבים.
Amen.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת. ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני,
Shemo.
אוהב עמו ישראל.
Amen.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך, והיה עם שמות. למען ירבו ימיכם וימי בניכם על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם לתת להם כימי השמיים על הארץ. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, אמת ואמונה כל זה קיים. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, מלכותך ראו בניך, בקי הים לפני משה, זה אלי אנו ואמרו,
ימלוך לעולם ועד.
אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. On page 206 at the top.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו ושלום ועמידנו. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים על שלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, שמר עמו ישראל לעד.
Amen.
ברוך אדוני לעולם אמן ואמן. ברוך אדוני בציון שלך. Baruch Adonai bayom, Baruch Adonai balayla. Yirei Einayim v'yismach libani v'tekel nafsheni b'shemot. Ki hamalchut shalcha hi olamei atimlech b'chavod. Ki ein lanu melech ela ata. Baruch atah Adonai. Hamelech b'kvod tamini b'cholenu le'am va'evi al kol ma'asav.
Amen. We rise Chatzikadish 208.
Yikadal v'yikadash b'shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yifrach l'ritei v'yamlich machutei b'chayecha v'yamecha nefchayet l'chol beit Yisrael. Agalav izman kariv v'yimru amen. Barach l'olam omer maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudisha barichu. Ve'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tishbachata v'nechamata. Damiram b'yama v'yimru amen.
Silent Amidah, pages 210 through 220. Please remember to include on top of 212, Atachu nantanu le'madat toratecha. The top paragraph. Insert. Please continue at your own pace. Sandy will pick up with Kaddish Shalem, page 222.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabah.
Amen.
Yom adivrach v'yirtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael. V'galav yisman kariv v'imru amen. Shmei rabah mavorach le'olam l'omei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnasei. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal. Shemei dekudesha barichu. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiram be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
V'kabel tzlod hon v'od hon d'chol Yisrael kadam avohon divishmaya v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlema rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen. Let me see. Okay, so Michael, you'll be leading services tomorrow?
Moshe, I got the third of Tammuz wrong.
Okay, so
I'm not. My third of Tammuz isn't until next Saturday night.
okay, so please God.
Better early than late.
That's true, but it's better on the right time. It's best. So we'll wait with all of that. Bruce Lubar, do you think we're good to make Havdalah?
Yes.
Okay. I spake the authority. Return to page 700 for a little bit of wine. And return to page 700. And we will proceed with Havdalah. We mark the difference between Shabbat and ordinary days by declaration, proclamation, and consecration. How's that? That rhymes. And it shows dramatically our own involvement in reality. We live in a world that we are partners of, and we create times and days, and holidays. Savrimanan, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, borei minei v'samim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, borei meorei ha'esh.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, מבדיל בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לעמים, בין יום השביעי לששת ימי המעשה, ברוך אתה אדוני, המבדיל בין קודש לחול. המבדיל בין קודש.
בין קודש לחול, חטאתנו ימחול. שרנו וחסרנו ירבה כחול, וכוכבים בלילה. שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב,
שבוע טוב,
שבוע טוב.
הגות תבוא, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו הגילאי, במהרה
ויאמנו, ויגל אלינו, עם משיח בן דוד, אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו הגילאי.
We go back to Aleinu L'Shabech, page 223. 24, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Leinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gilul yoser breshit, shelo asanu kagoye haratzot, v'lo samanu mishpot adama, shelo samcho kenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei amlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed haaretz. Okay, nekavel Adonai Eloheinu, lirot mehei rabbi tiferet zecha, laha'avir gilulim min haaretz, laha'elilim karot yikaretun, letaken olam, b'malchut shaddai, v'chol b'nei vasar, yikru vishmecha, lahafnodei lecha, Korishei aretz yakiru v'yedu kol yeshvei tikvil ki lecha tichra kol berech tishava kol lashon lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu yichru v'yipolu v'lichvot shimcha yikar yiteinu v'kablu chulam et ol malchutecha v'tim lecha leihem Meheira le'olam va'ed ki hamalchut shelcha hi ol mayad timlech bechavod kakatuv b'toratecha Adonai yimlech le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu Yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
We recall with love those who gave us life and shared life with us, whose yortzeit is today, 26th of Sivan, Sunday, June 6, 2021. The following names are inscribed at the memorial, perpetual memorials of Chizuk Amuno, and are very much in our hearts and souls. Philip Finglass, Molly Garten, Doris Glazer, Benjamin Grossman, Aaron Jacobs, Hyman Kramer, Miriam Kress, Dorothy Katz Mannequin, Yetta Ryan, Louis Zussman, and we also recall David Goldberg, and who else, Jeffrey?
And Adam.
Philip Janet.
Thank you.
Okay, let me write this down so I could have that and call it out. And Sandy, would you lead us in the Mourner's Kaddish, page 226, please?
Yes. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'amad divrach l'retei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayed d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah barach v'olam l'mei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'miram b'yama v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen. Amen. Zichram Baruch, their memories of blessing. Please, God, watch over us and this nation. Watch over our people, bring us health and peace. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the a.m., to each of you, all your concerns and worries, please, God, watch over us. Have a good night. Have a sweet week. This Thursday and Friday, correct. is Rosh Chodesh. We'll begin at 7 o'clock so we can finish our business, and there are many. And please take care. Have a sweet week. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Shavua tov. Thanks,
Shavua
Moshe.
tov. Thank you.
Andy. Thanks, Roseanne. Good night.
Good night.
All right, everybody.
Laila tov. Shavua tov.